Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Mantok here. As you can see, I am in the Privateer, which is a new ship that has recently been released as part of an update. I'm in this ship to talk about fore and aft rigging. And fail badly at aiming at this guy. Oh, that one was bad. Oh, those two were right. So, fore and aft rigging is like the ship that I'm working with now, where the sails are situated on the masts in a fore and aft rigged manner. This is different to square rigging, which is the Navy Brig, which is also a brand new ship as part of the update, which you can see just on my right hand side. That is a square rig configuration. I am in a fore and aft rigged situation. I'm about to get destroyed and raked by this gentleman here. Or am I? Maybe not. Luffed up into the wind and caught him as he was probably still reloading at that point, maybe, and I just caught him at a bad time. Right, now let's concentrate on this brig over here. This is a Navy brig. So the fore and aft rigging, there's two basic types of rigging. Oh my goodness. Two basic types of rigging in the game. There's fore and aft rigging and square rigging. They both have two different pros and cons. Well, they have pros and cons. The fore and aft rigged ships, such as mine, they are very good at sailing into the wind, and that is because of the way the sails are situated on the masts. They can achieve a much greater angle, or a much closer angle to the wind direction than square rigging can. Square rigging, on the other hand, is very good at sailing away from the wind, where all you're having to do is let the sails catch the wind and push you along. Just concentrate on this guy here. I have a feeling I'm going to be badly treated here. Let's just reload to double. Oh! Thankfully he missed. And also I've just demonstrated fore and aft rigging gives you a much better tack speed. Your responsiveness in tacking is much greater because you've got just that much more control at those closer angles to the wind. In a square rigged ship you'd have to back the mizzen mast, or let's just come to battle sails there to stabilize my hull so I can get some better shots into this chap. See, he there is using his fore and mizzen mast. He's maneuvering them quite nicely to get extra I didn't do very well there because that was double-shotted, and a double-shotted cannon has less power to it, but it has more damage if it actually hits. So it's a bit like changing out your single shot for a kind of shorter range but greater damage. It's a bit of a trade-off there, but it can get you into sticky situations where you're not in the exact right position and you don't actually have the range to hit the target if you're not in the right position. So you should only switch to double shot when you know you're in range and you know that you can hit the target. He's got his stern towards me, which is giving me the opportunity to gain some ground on him, and I'm going to come up behind him and rake him. And he's going to see if he can turn fast enough that I can... Yep, no, he's going to try and turn the other way. Let's just rake his stern here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my sails just as he would. going to continue the turn. But I'm going to do it as sharp as I possibly can. Getting a bit mauled here. That should be okay. Battle sails once again. Yep, that was a good range. I've got a 2v1 right here, Han YOLO and SVDW. So fore and aft rigging gives you that better, easier, quicker, more responsive maneuverability in the direction of the wind. Square rigging gives you that brute power if you're sailing downwind. There we go, you can actually see, top right hand corner, you can see the effect I'm having on his hull with my double shot. There's a little bit of lag going on here. But sailing away from the wind in fore and aft rigged ships is actually slower than sailing on a tack, which is one of the downsides. There's always going to be a variation though between the rigging. You can see there on my ship, on this privateer, that I actually have 2 square rigged sails on the main mast. At the top I've got a main top. Let's see, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember exactly right now, it's been a long day. But that's kind of the overall impressions of fore and aft rigging. Fore and aft rigging is usually for, it's used a lot more on smaller, shallower draft ships. Ships that are more maneuverable in the first place. Ships that can go into shallow water. So they were popular styles of rigging for small escort or scout ships. Ships that would be taking important messages to fleets or relaying signals in a fleet battle. These ships would be those that you'd use for that task. Good for smuggling as well. Let's hope that in the open world we might get to do some nefarious under the table smuggling or something. That'd be cool. I think if I was to smuggle anything, I would probably smuggle red wine. But then that's probably something that in those days you wouldn't really want to wouldn't really bother smuggling. I don't know, we'll see. So my question for those of you watching the video in the chat, if in the open game world when it arrives, what would you smuggle? Good question. So in a moment we're going to swap over into a square rigged ship, and I'll show you the different sailing characteristics, different pros and cons. But for now, let's just continue raking this Navy brig. That's satisfying. To be honest, he's doing very well. I'm being a bit YOLO-ish at the moment. I'm actually drifting into his line of fire. But no, he's not firing on... He didn't fire on me. He missed the opportunity. Maybe he just was reloading. Let's see if I can cut across. Yeah. No! Turn! No! Oh, yeah, that was stupid. Then again, he didn't take full advantage of that situation. He could have really hit me a lot harder there, I think. Maybe he's struggling. Maybe he doesn't have many cannons at the moment. I think he's got very low armor. maybe we should think about shifting our focus to another target. There we go. Got a few hits in there. You can see at close range, double-shotted cannons are really paying off. But as soon as you get out to those longer ranges, you do want to swap back. So you can see I maintained about 6 to 8 knots through that tack there, which was very nice. In anything larger, you know, brig upwards, you're looking at backing your mizzen sails to provide you extra power through attack. You see this unfortunate fellow right here. You see he's maneuvered his sails there in the front and the back in such a way as that it actually provides different pressure, different turning forces on the hull, depending on what sails you turn it in a certain angle to the wind. It makes sense, but it takes a couple games to get used to and to work it out in your head. I enjoy this kind of game because I used to sail myself. I don't anymore, but back in the days I used to understand all this stuff. So it's nice to play this. There's some good hits there. So I actually had the brig, the snow and the surprise unlocked, but recently they did a patch the other night, I think, and they introduced some new ships, this being one of them, the Privateer, and that means that you have to go back to the beginning and start unlocking them again. So this is why I'm sailing this at the moment, to continue unlocking. I believe though if I've already unlocked the surprise, all I have to do is just unlock this ship. Let's just pull back to battle sail so my hull get that angle. There we go. I believe I don't have to unlock ships that I've already unlocked, but since these are new ships, I need to unlock them before I can continue using. Sorry, excuse my throat. So you can see here, away from the wind, there's not that much sail coverage. And that's where the square-rigged ships come in handy. Square-rigged ships are... Square-rigged ships were more designed for longer sea voyages, where you'd have the trade winds, say, you know, out in deep ocean water, where you'd just be sailing in one direction for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and the wind direction wouldn't change very often. And that's what square rigging is. That's where it really comes into its own. Want to pull out to battle sails so that we reduce the heeling effect on the ship. There we go, really wrecked him up there. Then pop up to full sails again as soon as we've done our shot. So as you can see, this is a pretty maneuverable ship. We're doing, turning back and forth and back and forth. And we're turning through the angle of the wind, and you can see the sails jibing. That is a jibe right there, where the booms swing across the other side of the boat. So tacking is into the wind, jibing is a change away from the wind, and he is done. He's got no armor left. Now let's have a look at this Navy brig. So this video today, folks, is mainly to do with sails and how they work, and why you have the different types of sails and what they do. There's another jibe there, and as I come round, I'm going to pull back to battle sails to reduce the heeling effect on the hull, so that my cannons will have a better And here I go. I'll probably miss this one. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, this is going to be very close. No. No. I am accidentally going to. No! Wow. Did you see that? That was close. That was almost a Ram JB moment there. I tried to kill Ram JB on the the night of the new patch. I saw him online, and he's ripping into me there. I'm gonna have to go into survival mode. But yeah, I tried to kill Ram JB, and he tried to ram me, and I foiled his ram, and then I tried to board him, but he won, and I sunk, and it was fun, and everyone killed me. But there we go. This guy's gonna die. Whichever way he goes, he's gonna die. Yeah, he's gonna try and rake. Yep, he's gonna try a raking shot. There we go. And what I will probably do... Oh, uh-oh. Make sure I don't get stuck in that. I don't want to get stuck in that. Hi folks, welcome back. We are in a square-rigged ship. This is the Navy Brig. This is a fairly new addition to the game. It was introduced in a recent patch. And today we're going to be seeing the sailing capabilities of square-rigged ships. Now that you've seen... It's a brighter storm! Oh actually, oh my goodness, yeah. It is a fairly bright storm compared to other storms that have been in the game. So we're going to see the performance of square-rigged ships versus fore and aft ones. There's a snow there. And we're going 6.4 knots downwind, but we're only on dead slow sail setting, so we could potentially be going a lot faster than this. Let's just turn. And you can see the difference of sails. We've got a few different sails. If we pop up all of the sails, you'll see them unfurl. And realistically, square-rigged ships took a lot more men to be able to maneuver these sails than fore and aft rigged ones did. You would need you tend to need a lot more men to run up the rigging to maintain this spread of canvas and to trim it well and to use it properly. Square-rigged ships were, as I think I've said before, mainly, I mean, they really were more designed for longer sea voyages where you set your sails and there's a constant sea breeze in one direction across the ocean, and you know, you sail for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, you know, all day and all night, on and on and on. And once you've set your sails, you don't have to put them down or take them, you know, put them down or take them up very often. You just adjust them as you go along, as the wind changes, or as your direction in relation to the wind changes. You would just retrim them, but it would generally take more people than fore and aft rigged vessels used to. You can see there the variation of sails as well. Not all of the sails here you see on this rig are square or square-rigged versions. You see we do have 3 jibs. We have 3 skysails or sky sails, which are situated between the masts, and then we have 1 fore and aft rigged sail at the very back, which is actually a gaff rigged sail. And that's just the type of type of sail we've got. We're going to go up into the wind now to see if we can turn on Sir John Longshanks and get some shots off on him. We got a few, one or two maybe, not many. The seas are so high. Whoa, check that out. The seas are so high at the moment that, oh my goodness, he just properly rammed. Poor Thomas Hardy. Brother of Robert Hardy, the well-known famous author. No, I'm just kidding. And, oh my goodness, Sir John Longshanks is down. Or one of them is down. That's pretty grim. Yep. Sir John Longshanks is down. That was pretty beast. That was pretty beast indeed. Right now. See, this is the problem we have in stormy weather. I can't even see the ship I'm trying to shoot at. Oh, I got one shot. Oh my goodness, did they just collide? No? I don't know. Everyone's colliding. Brutal. So these ships, or these rigs I should say actually, these rigs are particularly good when sailing with the wind, or away from the wind. Let's be clear on that point. Oh look! The surf is carrying me along. But the angle of tacking is actually much greater in relation to the wind direction, because square rigged sails cannot achieve the sharp angle that fore and aft rigged sails can to the mast. So that is classically why it was more difficult for them to sail upwind, because it required them to tack more. And all of those completely missed. Quite stupid. In real life, there's no way they would risk their ships in such heavy seas in combat unless it was do or die. Let's see if I can pounce upon that guy. Let's see if I can pounce on Grape Shot. That's what I was looking for. Right, now I'm going to show you how to tack effectively in a brig or in a square rigged ship, like that. And that was a very stupid thing to do. I'm using my sails here, I'm feathering them. I'm taking my foremast and feathering it against... I'm feathering it so that it actually doesn't catch the wind, and that meant that there was a greater force exerted on my mizzen sails, because and that worked as a fulcrum basically to turn the ship faster. Here we go. Going to do that again. And you can look down at the bottom right here the way I'm angling the sails. Changing them back to auto. And this guy looks like he's trying to run for it. Trying to run back to the action. Seems to be some... oh, there's two people over there battling it out. Unfortunately, I don't have bow chasers. I only have stern chasers. Which, realistically, I would probably close my stern chaser ports to stop water from coming in. Well, realistically, I wouldn't even be thinking about trying to engage in warfare in such heavy seas, but, you know, this is a simulator, or a game I should say, so... where such things can happen. So the brig itself, the term brig, or the name brig, comes from brigantine, which basically a load of pirates used to use these. They were quite fast, maneuverable little scout ships that they would use. And they're capable of going into fairly shallow water as well. So along coastal routes. And up we go. Let's see if we can fire on the uproll. There we go. Oh, I hit him slightly. Ooh. That looks a bit congested over there. So when using the Q and E and Z and C keys, you can maneuver your two sets of sails in different angles, which greatly help to maneuver your ship in tight spaces. I'm not sure how much they would have been able to do this in real life back in the day. I'm sure they would have been able to do something like that, but definitely not as quick as it can be done in this game. I mean, in this game you can just twist an entire mast full of sails left and right like this. I'm pretty sure in those days that wouldn't have been doable. Oh, there's another enemy there. Let's see if we can hit him. Let's just wait for the uproll. That's quite good. What is grape shot doing? Ah, he's just playing around. He's a normal brig. I'm a Navy brig, which means that I have more firepower than he does. Right, okay, I'm going to use my sails here to turn through the angle of the wind. Like so. And nail him one. Now I can keep him on my right hand side and I can keep grape shot on my left. Double back through the angle of the wind. Like so. And like so. All a little bit short. No matter. Three enemies dead now. Let's focus on grape shot, shall we? Let's actually load up our right hand side with doubles. So we're loading our right side with double shot and our left flank with single, and our next broadside here we will flick around catch him. Like that. Oh, some boarding action going on over there. Very good. We want to get as close . No! Most of that was lost, but never mind. Okay, let's now change our left-hand side to doubles as well. Whoa! That's rough. Rough seas. Just Thomas Hardy has finally gone down to Davy Jones's locker. Let's see if we can close in on grape shot here. An aggressive elk. My goodness, such creative names in this game. Aggressive elk. That's a great name. I love that name. Doesn't look like we're moving anywhere, but it does say that we're going 8.1 kilometers. It shouldn't say kilometers, it should say knots, because that was the nautical. Knots is nautical miles per hour. Here is a problem that I see so far, is that the swell is going in the opposite direction as the wind. Here we go. That was good. Oh, bad. Not good for him. Captain Eloise, bad decision. Use a repair kit. That's not good. Most of them misses, but that is kind of the story of storm warfare. Well, that's a heal. Oh, hello. Oh no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Second time we've merged, let's just say. turn through the wind and hope that we don't clip our friend Sigurd. Aggressive elk is pretty much sunk. There he is, down he goes. And all of a sudden there's only one person left alive on the enemy team. And none of us know exactly where he is. Oh, there he is. Didn't see him there. So folks, that is the square rig in a nutshell basically. Harder to maneuver, especially through the angle of the wind.